In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to take a really basic drawing and turn it into something really interesting. So this is for all the people out there who think, I can't draw, I can't make anything interesting. I'm going to walk you through a very simple way to make a simple drawing complex and interesting. Okay? So what I've done is I've just drawn a just basic little shift dress. I did this in about 10 seconds, okay? So I just drew a basic shape with some little flowers on it and some pockets, okay? And we're gonna take this and turn it into something really cool, okay? So you're gonna be working along with me or just kind of watching me work. So like we've been doing, I'm gonna press Command J. Oh well, Command J. Okay, and now I'm going to select color range, and I'm going to go to highlights and press OK. So now it has selected all of the white, and I'm going to delete that out. So press delete, and obviously we can still see it because our background layer is still on. So I'm going to turn that off, and now I'm going to select and deselect. Okay, so now we have isolated this drawing. So I know I want to change the color of this. I don't want it to be black. Okay, you can keep it black if you want, but I'm going to change it. So I'm going to come in here. I want to do like a kind of crazy blue. So I'm going to press OK. Now I'm going to go to reselect. So that selects the background, which we got rid of. And now I want to select the inverse. Okay, and I'm going to press Command Delete. Now on your computer that should work. Mine, for some reason, when I press Command Delete, which is fill, it defaults to the background color. So I'm gonna press X, and it's gonna swap those two. So I'm gonna try again, Command Delete, and now it's blue. Okay, so let's go to select, deselect. Okay, so now I have this little blue drawing, and I think the blue kind of gives it a little pop. Now, obviously, I don't need all this, but I wanted to change the color before I erased it just because of the way you select. It's like, say I erased it and then I reselected it, that's still going to be there, okay? So I'm going to come in and just erase this out. So let's go to the eraser tool, and I'm going to use my bracket key and make it bigger and get rid of this, all right? So now we have just the shift. Oh, and there's some up in here too, okay? So now I'm going to start kind of drawing and collaging into this. So I'm going to come to the background and make a new layer. So first things first, I want to give myself something to work on top of. So I'm going to go in and give myself, that works, okay, some purple, okay? So already, okay, this is looking kind of cool, right? We've got a nice blue and a purple. I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to add some color underneath this. Okay, so let's just go to my brush tool. I want this to be, I mean, it doesn't really matter right now because we can always go in and change it. So I'm going to kind of make this a pink. I love pink. I think it's the best color, and I can kind of zoom in a little bit so I can. Now, because I'm kind of showing you how to do this in the kind of I don't know what I'm doing kind of way, I'm going to make this a little bit messy, okay? So it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now I'm going to use my bracket key and make it bigger and fill that in. So all these little imperfections actually will give us some nice layers and texture as we go. So it's not going to bother me that I didn't get it all perfectly filled in. This does kind of bother me, that weird spot. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to erase it out actually. There's a couple of different ways I could have done that, but I'm just going to kind of erase that out so it's a little bit neater. And this is kind of a good way to clean up any areas that you don't like. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to zoom back. Now I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to get another color, maybe a yellow, because, oh, that's a crazy color. And what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to try and color in these flowers. I'm just going to kind of drop a, oh, I'm on the eraser tool. It's like, why isn't that working? Back to the brush tool. I'm going to get my bracket key the size that I want it. And I'm just going to kind of drop little polka dots behind the flowers. And it's kind of, I may even come in and do like some extra ones. And like I said, it doesn't matter that I'm kind of coming off of the dress. I think that's going to actually add some interesting texture to it. Okay. I can also maybe go in and bump the opacity down. That looks cool. Okay. So we're starting to get some texture, starting to get some cool stuff. Okay. And let's do one more thing. I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to go with a little bit darker. And then I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller and go on top of the polka dots. Again, this is adding layers. You always want to be working with lots of layers. You know, you can take the simplest thing, you know, and add a bunch of layers and it's going to look cool. You can even add a couple more of these small ones. Okay. All right, so this is looking good. So I'm actually going to do one more and I'm going to do something on the pockets. And I think what I'm going to do is go back to this pink and just lighten that up a bit. And then I'm going to kind of color that in. All right, and then I think I'm going to go to a red and put some stripes on it. So now I can kind of zoom in here. All right, and then again, not really too worried about making this perfect, okay? This is a tutorial for people that say they can't draw, okay? Spoiler alert, everyone can draw, but that's just me being on my soapbox. All right, so okay, I think this looks cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna turn the drawing layer off, turn the background layer off, and I'm gonna merge visible, okay? Layer, merge visible. So now everything that we've done, all the color for the dress is on one layer. It's just gonna help me to kind of keep that nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in some collage that's gonna help add another interesting layer to this, okay? So I have pulled up, all right, this is actually, it looks really grainy, but I think it's gonna be okay. Let's see, Command J. I am going to actually come in with the elliptical marquee tool and I'm just gonna grab her face. I don't want to do that. Let's select, deselect. I'm going to do it as a square. All right, and then I'm going to grab this and bring it over. Now this actually may be too small. Let's see. And that's okay. We can find something else on the internet. Yeah, see, that looks grainy and that looks bad. So we're going to delete that. Okay, so now let's go to, I'm going to Google runway model image, whatever. All right, let's go to images. Okay, and I'm going to go to tools, size, large. Okay, so that's a little help. Anytime you're trying to find really high quality images, you can go to tools and you can change the image size, or it'll help you find bigger images. So let's look at this. Oh, this looks good. And it's actually kind of similar to the dress that we're working on. So we may actually be able to uh, move her whole body over. So let's see, that doesn't look that big. Hold on. Okay, let's see. All right, we'll try this. Save image. Save to my desktop just for now. And then I'm going to come in and open this image in Photoshop. Okay, this looks good. Command J. Now, I think this time, I'm thinking I may actually use the magnetic lasso tool. So I'm going to start with her hair. And I'm going to come up. I don't really want any of this dress. Now, it's not the end of the world if we get some of that in there because we can always erase it out. Okay, so let's go here and drop it down. Okay. All right. So this looks cool. All right. So now I've put that in. Let's see if we can get some of her legs too. All right, let's go in. And I'm gonna, this may be a little more difficult just because she's got these models with their skinny little legs and too much space in between their legs. But this tiny little space in here is going to be a little bit difficult. All right. Okay. You know, take your time with this. Okay. Let's take these legs over here. Okay, so now we need to kind of move things around. All right, so let's go to my drawing and move it up. And then I'm gonna actually turn her head off for a moment. And then I'm gonna come down to this, move it up. And then I'm gonna come down to these legs and move them up. Now it looks kind of weird like that. I'm gonna move them underneath the dress, okay? So now, we can even kind of move that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's go back to her head. Move this up. We may need to actually move everything down a little bit or scale it down. So let's scale it down actually. So let's see. Let's see what we're doing here. Well, that doesn't look bad. I'm just gonna kind of move things around a little bit. Move the drawing down. Oh, drawings are generally pretty hard to move, so sometimes I use the bracket key just because it's hard to like select it. And then let's move these legs down. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool, right? All right, so now you can go in and do the arms and stuff if you want. I don't really want to do that. I'm going to try something different first, but let's see. So I'm going to come here, actually come down here. I'm going to make a new layer. And let's see if we can kind of get a color match similar to her skin tone. Okay. And I'm going to do this like pretty rough. Okay. I'm just going to kind of draw in some skin. Okay. That's pretty fancy. That is pretty rough. So that's fine. Okay. All right, so this is looking cool, right? So let's see. Now, so I've got my little outfit going. Okay, this is looking good. Um, You know, at this point, if I wanted to, I could clip a pattern onto these, onto the socks or something like that. But let's go in, let's start working on this background a little bit. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to add another layer. I want this to really pop, okay? So I'm going to click on this color and then maybe do like a magenta-y color. And then I'm going to go in and kind of do some kind of cool backgroundy stuff. All right. Now it'd be cool. See, that kind of messes with her skin, and that's cool. We can go back up to her skin. I can grab that color again. And then I can come in and just kind of paint that out. I might even do like a, oh, no. So I had an idea. Let me try that actually underneath the legs. I'm just going to kind of do some weird little lines. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, so now I kind of want to give her a handbag because I think it would be kind of funny to have it collaged in. So let's just go to models. Okay, hold on. Runway model holding handbag. Images. Might be easier to just like find. Let's go back to runway model images. I might be able to find something. I think it'd be kind of funny to put something in her hand. So there's one. There's one. Oh, that looks cool. Okay, hold on. Let's save this image. Save. All right, and now I'm going to open that up. My desktop is a mess, y'all. I tend to kind of work from my desktop. Okay, I'm going to make a copy, and I'm going to come in and I think I'm going to use the polygonal lasso tool again and see if I can get the hand and the handbag. All right, because I think that would be kind of funny. I'm actually going to close this out because it's just too many things open. Okay, so I'm going to move this over and drop it. So we need to be sure that's on top of that skin. So let's, oh my God, I love that. I think that's hilarious. Okay, now I kind of want to give her another hand. Let's just do this one. So let's come over here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I want to do something with like a ton of bracelets. Bracelets. Let's see if we can just come up with something. See, something like this would be cool. Let's see. I may just be able to use that and then, yeah, let's try that. Oh, that's a really small image. Hold on. Okay, let's see. What about this? That's pretty small as well. That might work. No, I don't like that it's tucked in. All right. I know y'all are just watching me Google here, but I think this is gonna be fun. So let's do our little thing here again. Let's do large. Okay. And let's see what we have got here. I'm not really seeing anything. Oh, it'd be fun to put some like sunglasses on her. Like think about collage. This is just a really, let's see this. Let's just try this. Okay. All right, let's open that up. Okay, there it is. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so back to my magnetic lasso tool. I actually think with this one, I'm gonna like I'm just gonna grab the whole thing and take it. Let me close this out actually. Don't save. Drop it. Now I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm gonna go to Edit, Transform, and I'm gonna flip horizontal. And then I'm actually going to edit, transform, rotate. And get it lined up in there. Okay, so this is actually looking kind of cool, right? So we're just kind of building these layers, getting this funky look going. And now let's see, I want to add, so I'm going to add some kind of image in the background. So let me see what I've got here. I'll probably use some of my own artwork. I'll use this one. This is fine. Oh, download. Let's see. Download now. Okay, so now let's open this up. Okay, and what I'm going to do is what's this? Let's get rid of this because I don't need that anymore. I'm just gonna click and drag. Oh, yeah. Command J. Okay, now I'm gonna click and drag over. Okay, so it's moved it into maybe a not so convenient spot. So I'm just gonna drag it down. It kind of moves it on top of whatever layer you were last working on, okay? So I'm just gonna pull it to the back. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna edit, transform, scale, just kind of make it bigger. Okay. All right, and now that's a little much, so I'm gonna go into the opacity and just like bump it down. Okay. And now I actually may do one more thing. Let's see. I kind of want to give it. So I'm going to make a rectangular selection. And then I'm going to select the inverse and delete. Okay. Select, deselect. Okay. All right. So this is just a simple little drawing. Oh, let's add one more thing. Okay. Actually, I'm going to add on top of everything. I'm going to switch these colors. I'm going to add, oh, I have 250 point type. That's a little much. Come on, click. Ugh, computer, you are something else. Okay. Come on. Thank you. Okay, goodness. All right, so I'm gonna type. Oh my gosh, y'all. Can we please? Okay, so now I'm gonna delete that out and type Meredith Olinger, let's see, spring 2021 or something. Now, again, I'm gonna make that bigger. If it'll let me. My computer is being slow all of a sudden. All right. Now I can move that text around. or something like that. Okay. So this is just a quick little tutorial and there's a lot of different things you can do, but basically what I wanted to show you is that I can take a really simple drawing and something that is not necessarily a good drawing, just very simple, and turn it into an interesting piece of fashion illustration. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I'll be back with more tutorials soon. Bye.